exactly what's included, what it is that you're doing. Just click right there where it says sign up beyond leadership, sign up breakthrough bootcamp, or you have a question.
Leaders, not just earners, actual leaders. That's what you're looking for. That's the first. I don't even know how to spell. Willing, coachable, and hungry. That's what you're looking for. That's the first inventory that you need to take. Who on your team is willing, coachable, and hungry? Okay? What we're trying to do is develop you and everybody on your team into actual leaders, not just earners, actual leaders. And actual leaders are independent, problem solvers, consistent, big vision. We're gonna talk more about vision this afternoon. And they create action. Now, the tools that we use with this group to get these attributes are assignments. We give people assignments that will help them create action. We give them assignments. Like how many assignments have I given you over the course of the last couple of days? A lot, right? A speaking assignment, constantly. I gave you an assignment to rewrite this on a piece of paper just a second ago. Yes, some of you followed it, some of you didn't. You're just gonna try and keep it in your head, it's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. Assignments, number one. Number two is challenges. We're gonna use challenge to get people to take action that they wouldn't have taken. What did we do when we took an hour to just start a bunch of conversations? I challenged you to see if you can get 100 done in an hour. I challenged you to stay focused. Was it interesting how easy you could lose your focus? How many times you look up and just like, we're still doing this, right? It was 1 hour of focused activity. You create the right activity at the right time, you're good. Sometimes you need a challenge. If you have somebody competitive, they need a challenge. People are ready to rise to a challenge, but you have to be the one to articulate it with a vision, with compassion, with the right energy, right? Solving problems along the way. Here's the challenge. Number three is stories. Great leaders use stories to get people to take action. They use stories to help people understand. They use stories to inspire, to motivate, to educate. This is as old as time. People are going to forget. We don't quite have it all in the frame. I'll go sideways. 4 over here, I'll just put vision. These are the 4 tools that you use with people who are willing, hungry, and coachable. You're going to use these tools whether they're willing, coachable, or hungry anyway, but you're going to pay attention to the ones that actually do it. If you give an assignment to 10 people, pay attention to the ones that actually follow through on the assignment. If you challenge 5 people, pay attention to the ones that accept the challenge, right? Pay attention to the people who are hearing the stories and taking different action. Pay attention to the ones that listen to the vision and are inspired to do more than they were going to do. These are the languages, the 4 leadership languages: assignments, challenge, stories, and vision. Take any leader, anywhere, in any walk of life, break down any of their communication, and you will find assignments, challenge, stories, and vision in that language. Every speech, every conversation, every talk. When you become a high-level leader, you'll mostly be using vision. The highest, biggest, most powerful leaders, they're mostly using vision. Here's why we're doing it. Here's why it's worth it. Here's where we're going to go. Here's what it's going to do. Here's the people we're going to help. See what I mean? Vision. Why should I take this action that's uncomfortable? Because here's the vision. It's mission-driven. It's purpose-driven. It's cause-driven. It's contribution-driven. Vision. But I use these all the time. And I will tell you, I'll give you one challenge or assignment, whichever you like. Put those 4 words like in front of you next time you do a Zoom with your team. And don't let the Zoom conclude without all 4 happening in the Zoom. Make sure there's a story. Make sure there's a vision. Make sure we got out of focus. Can somebody focus this thing? I must have hit something. Make sure there's a vision. Make sure there's stories. Make sure there's a challenge. Thank you. Make sure. And try to end every communication with an assignment. We call it a call to action. You can talk and talk and talk for an hour. Make sure when you finish, it's finished with an assignment. Okay? What did I do? I screwed it up. Look at you, fans. Awesome. Thanks, brother. So, assignments, challenge, stories, vision. This is going to take some practice. And I want you to just pay attention to it. Here's where I want you to start. Start with assignments. I don't even care what the assignment is. Just pay attention to who follows through on the assignment. Start small, start big, doesn't matter. If I find somebody who's willing, coachable, and hungry, I'm going to try to give them an assignment that'll start them towards their goal based upon their ambition. And somebody says, I want to get there immediately. And a 10 is the most difficult assignment, and a 1 is the easiest assignment. And they say, I want to change the world, and I want to do it now, and I'm ready to go. I'll do anything. I'll crawl over broken glass. You give them an 8 based upon that assignment difficulty. Here's our core rank. Some people you want to change the world. Some people take 30, 60 days to get there. Some people don't get there at all, but let's see if we can get you there in a week. That would be like an 8, wouldn't it? Something like that. Now you have to break down the game plan, how you're going to make that happen. Now, if they don't do it, then it's okay. Lower it to a 5. That doesn't happen. Okay, lower it to a 3. Until you find their level of acceptance, they say, okay, their fear threshold that they'll actually take an action, and then lean into that. Get some repetitions there. And once you get the repetitions there, increase the difficulty, increase the difficulty, increase the difficulty. And now, once you get them into action, they start getting checked, they start moving through. They listen, let me tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking to develop real leaders. These are the 5 things that I'm looking for. So in addition to using these 4 tools to match with your willingness, hungry, and coachable, in addition to using these in order to just get you some action, some results, a paycheck, start building a team, get the core rank, go to the convention, I want to develop you into a leader if you're ready. Would you like to learn the skills necessary to be a leader? Yes or no? Would you like to be put on this path? I'm going to be using these same tools to do it. I'm going to be challenging you to be more independent, a bigger problem solver, more consistent, bigger vision, the ability to communicate it, and I'm going to turn you into somebody that creates action, a walking, talking action machine. You up for that? Now, not everybody's going to be up for that, just so you know. Most of you in this room are up for some level of that, right? How many people are up for becoming a great leader? Raise your hands, okay? Including the people at home. Fantastic. So, look, this little framework, we start with basic building blocks. Conversation, presentation, enrollment, customers, core rank, events, attending events, those types of things. Why are we doing that? You remember from yesterday? What are we trying to do? Remember? Trying to buy time. We're trying to buy time. We're using all these to buy time. Let me explain buying time. I want to show you this concept. I call over the line. On this side of the line, it's easier to stay in your business and do the things and become a network marketing professional. And on this side of the line, it's easier to quit emotionally. And every person trying to your business is on one side of the line or the other. You know what our job is? Is to get them over the line and help them stay over the line. So let's talk about, I want you guys to help me. What's some things that could happen or they could do that would cause them emotionally for it to be easier for them to stay? Meet a friend. If they make a friend, isn't that something I thought it would be like rank advancement? I get an award. No. Sometimes they'll stay if there's a friend. It keeps them around a little bit longer. They meet somebody, they'll hang out a little bit longer. If they make a friend, what else? They earn a commission of any sort. Want to hear a crazy statistic? Here's a crazy big data statistic. If you take a person who signs up in their enrollment month plus 90 days, if they don't earn any money in that period of time, how many of them are still active in their business as a percentage? They're still ordering monthly or whatever. They're qualified to earn commissions. What percentage would you think? If they don't earn any money, they're signing up month plus 90 days. It's about 20%. A lot of those are just customers. They're using the product. They're having fun with the product. They haven't faced the fear of building a business yet. But now, if they earn $1, one single dollar in that same period of time, sign up month plus 3 months, what do you think the retention is with that? 74%. $1. I have corporate executives say, can we just send out $1, please? I'm like, no, it doesn't quite work that way. $1, 74, well, not 74% more likely, to be fair. It's more like 350% more likely. Because they were 20%, now they're 74%. No, not earner versus earner. Well, he's quick. So if they earn $1, so is there something you can do to help a person earn $1? Can you dig? Remember I told you every person on your team's worth $10,000 a year to you? If you go get it, it starts with the first dollar. So help them find a customer. Help them do a presentation. Help them get from dependent to independent. So what else? A good product experience. You become emotionally attached to your product. What else? Okay. Recognition. You get recognized. Personal development. Sure. How many people have stayed in your group because of the personal development when they didn't build a lot of success in the business? A lot. Community. If they earn any prize, trip, any kind of prize. What else? They sign somebody up. They enroll someone. Now they got a team. They can't abandon their team. They add a customer. They attend an event. If they put out an engaging social media post, if they get some positive reinforcement from social media, okay. Here's what I would also say. If they proclaim themselves, they're much more likely to stay around. So if they say, I joined this company and I'm going to the top, and they tell the world, they're much more likely to stay around than if they just hide and don't say anything. Remember I told you yesterday, radical recognition? So if you post when they join, and you congratulate them, and you tag your company, and you tag them, you kind of proclaim themselves for them. Get their permission, but it's a great gift to be out there. Like, oh, I guess I'm out there now. I don't want to be the one that says, yeah, I only did that for a minute. What else could you do? Family buy-in, get support from family. Give them some responsibility within the team. Stay connected, team calls, etc. Rank advancement. What else? Communication, if you stay in communication. What else? If you had that crucial conversation with them at the very beginning, would that cause more people to stay? Yeah. So if you, the crucial conversation we talked about yesterday, good relationship. I guess it's okay. If I don't want a bad relationship with your upline to be a limiting belief as to why a person wouldn't be successful, because for a lot of really successful people, what made them successful is they had a bad upline. It's kind of weird. But if there's a support system, or if let's say there's a great system that they can plug into, let's just call it that. Yes. If they buy into the vision or the mission of the group or the company, yeah, if they host something, a meeting, whatever it's called, pretty good list, yeah? We could keep going, but we kind of have the framework, right? So this is all the things that we can do as leaders to make it easier for people to stay. Now, what's on this side? The opposite of all those things. They don't ever meet anybody. They don't make any money. They don't get connected and use the product and get emotional product results. They don't get recognized. They don't engage in any personal development. They're not connected to the community. They don't win anything. They don't enroll anybody. They don't get any customers. They're not plugged into the system. They don't host anything. They don't attend events. They don't get any results on social media. They never proclaim themselves. They don't get support or find support. They're not given any responsibility. They're not connected. They don't rank advance. They're not in communication with the team. Nobody had the crucial conversation with them, and they never understood the vision of the mission. That's the opposite, right? This is something we control. So here's what I want you to understand as a leader, right? You enroll someone. Welcome to the team. My goal is to help you become independent for me as quickly as possible. Do you agree that's a good goal? Yes. How long do you want to take to happen? I want to get there 6 months. Fantastic. Here's all I need from you. Willing, coachable, hungry. Those 3 things, you can get my personal time. Without that, you get all the group time in the world. But if you want my personal time, I just need those 3 things. Those aren't unreasonable, are they? I want to try and make it so comfortable for you to work in our business, and so to have you feel so welcomed. There's a clear path. It's easy to do. We might work hard at it, but I'm going to give you step by step how to do it. And I'm going to do everything I can to help you get off to as good a start as possible with the goal of helping you become independent. You're going to have to take some steps. I'm going to be using assignments primarily. Every once in a while, I'll challenge you. I'll tell you some stories. I'll introduce you to some people. And here's why we're doing this. I'll let the person know the vision. You do this at the ground-based level. And then from this, once you get in here, what I want you to understand is when you get somebody over the line and it's easier to stay, the line never goes away. Hear me. If somebody stays at your core rank for 5 years, do they start leaning towards easier to quit? If they only make a check one time, but they don't make a check again, does it make it easier to quit? Yes. If they never step into leadership, does it make it easier for them to quit? If they don't attend your corporate events, does it make it easier for them to quit? So there's things you're going to need to do constantly. This line never, ever goes away. Well, you mean if they're making $50,000 a year, it doesn't go away? Nope, it doesn't go away. 100,000 a year, still doesn't go away. $500,000 a year. I've seen people walk away from companies making $500,000 a year all the time. It's crazy to me, but they do. $1 million a year? The line still doesn't go away, kids. Now we need leadership. So this afternoon, I'm going to be talking to you about vision, how to strengthen it, exactly what to do as you're going to be building your culture, what you're known for, and I'm going to be talking to you about systems, very specific on systems. But before I do that, I had a bunch of questions last night and a bunch of texts this morning. Let me just describe for you the different decisions that are available for you to make to be able to accelerate your growth if you want to, okay? First, we have Next Level Mastermind. This is only for $250,000 earners and above. That's all. There's only people eligible to be part of that. It's an annual program. You have the information about that. You can learn about that if you're a $250,000 earner. There's a button online, or you can find in the lobby what that is. Second, we have Beyond Leadership. This is a 4-day event. I'm blurry again. God, what am I doing? I'm such a techie. Scared to touch it now. In February, 4-day event in person here in this room. And this is for people who have some fundamental skills, but they need to strengthen the leaders on their team, or they need to strengthen their own leadership, and they need to strengthen the leaders on their team. So this is about developing stronger leadership. Systems, how do you get more productivity out of your team? Like I said, from this group, more 6 and 7 figure earners than anything I've ever done, in my opinion. It's a big thing. And then we have the Breakthrough Bootcamp. Starts the first week of January. It's 21 weeks with me. This is if you need to get unstuck in your mindset, your skills, your recruiting results, and your duplication. So if you're stuck, mindset, if you need to get some basic fundamental skills, start here, okay? If you have these fundamental skills and you need to strengthen your leadership or help your team become better leaders, go here. If you want to build an empire, this is the elite. The average in this group, minimum is 250. The average in this group is about $950,000 a year, just under $1 million a year. Very powerful group, okay? But it's only for 250 plus. Now, I want to talk to this group for a moment. You want to truly create leverage? If you have people who are eligible on your team that could be in here, bring them in with you. If you don't, if you have people who have skills but aren't the leader that they should be, get them in here at scale. Get as many people who seriously want to be a leader as possible into these 4 days, and let me rewire their brains to think more like leaders in that event, 4 days. And if you have people who are willing, coachable, and hungry, but don't have the skills, get them in here. I'll spend 21 weeks with them. So here's what we did. I'm going to throw this, and this was intended the whole time. This Beyond Leadership is $10,000 for those 4 days. This Breakthrough Bootcamp is $3,000. There's payment plans for both. For the people who do this today, and I want you, those of you in high levels of leadership, people who do either one of these today, I told you my love language is contribution. I want to help reach as many people as possible. I want to help you do the same thing. I want to turn you into superheroes. I want everybody on your team to be excited, empowered, equipped to be able to take advantage of this moment. This next 2 years is going to change everything. So anybody who makes the decision to do Beyond Leadership or the Breakthrough Bootcamp today, between now and midnight, including everybody online, you got buttons to go check it out, or people, program experts you can go talk to. If you get a ticket to Beyond Leadership, I will gift you a second one. And you can find somebody on your team that needs this, that if you went and grew together, if you attended together, the two of you could create a powerful force. Who's somebody on your team that is ready for this, super hungry, that you can identify and say, I'm bringing you with me. So if you get this, you'll have the ability to gift it to somebody in addition to yourself, no extra charge. Same thing true with the Breakthrough Bootcamp. So if you get the Breakthrough Bootcamp, 21 weeks live with me, you get the Breakthrough Bootcamp. I'm going to give you the ability, you took the action, to gift it or sell it if you want. I know some of you are like, well, I can figure out a way to make this cheaper. Fine. Gift it or share the expense with somebody in your team. But I want you to reach into your team mentally and think about who's willing, hungry, coachable, who really wants this. And if we go do this together, it'll be powerful. Now, those of you Next Level Mastermind, you go get 10 or 20 people in your group or 100 people into the Breakthrough Bootcamp, how to unstuck yourself. And they each handpick one person within their organization and say, come with me, let's go do it. You be a hero to them, do it together. Together, I'm just telling you, when you do it together, you're gonna gain strength, big time. You're gonna learn more. Your organization's gonna go faster. So this, if you buy one, you can gift one. You can buy one, you can gift one. For these two, it's only today. It's only today, by midnight tonight. You make a decision by midnight tonight, I wanna make that available. Here's why. I want you to absolutely crush. I want you to go out there equipped to capture the moment. I want you to smash all the limiting beliefs. I want you to fill them with empowering beliefs. I want you to get out of your excuses. I want you to get out of your own way. And I want you to go capture this thing. There's fortunes to be had if you're prepared. And I think I can help you prepare, okay? So I want you to think about this as I'm gonna go back to Robbie here in a moment. Think about this, talk to a program expert, click on the button, talk to a program expert. Anybody who already bought yesterday, obviously, you're gonna get the same thing. I'm not gonna like penalize you because you joined early. I got you. You can talk to people in the program thing here. If you have questions, you can sign up for any of those things, or you can talk to people here in person, okay? How many people got value from Gary Brecker, Fraser Brooks, and myself this morning? All right, I'm gonna bring Robbie out this afternoon, just so you know. This afternoon, systems, tools, resources, game plan, goals, how to map out 2024 to make it your best year ever. That's what we're gonna cover, at least what I'm gonna cover this afternoon. So, all right, welcome back, Robbie Hall.
Let's stand up just a little bit. I know you want to. I know you want to. We're still sitting down. Come on, stand up. Let's go. Right now. Right. I need some dancers. All right. Good. All I got. All right, go ahead, sit down. That's all I got. I got one little spin move, and that's it. First of all, I have such, when I watch Eric and the way that he trains, every time I come back up to him, I'm like, can I just like go back to his notes and then just go, remember what Eric said? Let's just focus there. Because what I don't want to do is distract from the value that he brings. So as this weekend has continued to transpire, I have watched Eric share different methods and ways where you personally can improve. And one of the thoughts that keeps coming to my mind is how at every level in this profession, we have pains and challenges that we deal with. And they tend to change as things expand. I don't know if you've been doing this for a long time. I'm sure as you gained momentum and you built leaders, that there were new challenges that came up. And at every step of the way, those new challenges need guidelines and rules to be able to move through that. So with the process that Eric has created with Network Marketing Pro and helping those to get the trainings necessary, he's really identified the key things that no matter where you're at, he knows exactly how to help you move forward. So I want to ask you, do you think Eric needs to be doing this? He talked about contribution just a moment ago. And I asked him once, I said, Eric, can you just like tell me why? Why are you this way? Why do you have this in you this way? He says, after 35 years of doing this, I want to just create impact, Robbie. And I've heard that before. Have you heard that from others? I want to create impact. Do you feel like Eric's creating true impact? What do you think? Now, he doesn't, do you feel like he needs anybody? Let's put that music on right now and start dancing. Oh, it's fine. So if Eric were to, train each and every one of us individually, do you feel like that additional training that you would receive would help take you to the next level? I can't hear you. Yeah. Well, does he have time to train each of you individually? Of course not. What Eric has done is created processes so that he can help you to engage your team, so that he can help you to train your team. One of the most important things that we can do as a leader is understand training, understand onboarding. How do we have that original crucial conversation with our team members so that we can fill them with the information that they need to help prepare their mindset, and as Eric was saying, but also to learn to discover their tolerance for pain, their tolerance for going through the tougher challenges that do exist. Now, as a leader, we have to have that capability of training, or we have to have a way to have training possible. Is it true that some are better trainers than others? What do you think? So when we have Eric, who's like the best trainer that I've ever seen, and I look at my team and I say, how can I train my team? What do you think would be the best approach for me as a leader so that I can help my team grow? Put him in front of who? Put him in front of Eric. These are simple ideas. And as we have each had the opportunity through these last few days to choose what our next steps look like, the whole time I was thinking, this is perfectly set up for someone who's a category 1. They need the mindset. They need to understand the specific ways where they can recruit effectively and create that duplication. And it's a perfect fit for some individuals. And for people in a room like this, maybe not for everyone, because you're already past that. You have the fundamental skills. Are there people on your team right now who could use those skills and that mindset? So